Many people come into my office and say, okay, Terry, what's the timeline on a Chapter 7 if I decide to file a Chapter 7? Well, generally speaking, the timeline is this. You and I would meet at a consultation. We'd talk about some of your options. Then if you decided you wanted to do this, we would take you back to another room. Usually a young lady's going to sit down with you and explain some paperwork that you're going to have to carry home. Now the bad news is the paperwork we're going to give you to carry home, it's going to take you about 3 to 4 hours to fill the paperwork out. So just get ready to spend some time on it. It's going to take more than 15 minutes, let's say, to fill the paperwork out, probably 3 to 4 hours. You take the paperwork home, start filling the paperwork out. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be making payments on the attorney's fees. When you've got nearly all the attorney's fees paid, you turn your paperwork back in. Now, part of the paperwork that we're going to need, of course, is the paperwork that we give you. Plus, also under federal law, we have to have your last 4 years of income tax returns and at least the last 6 months of income verification. So be sure that you get all that for us. Turn the paperwork in. Give us about a week to get the paperwork completed. During that time period, you need to take your your credit counseling course. That's required under federal law that you take a credit counseling course. You take that, then you would eventually come back to see me about a week after you've turned your paperwork in. You and I would spend about an hour here together going over things. We'd fine-tune it, polish it up, then we're ready to get the Chapter 7, let's say, filed. At that particular time, we'll hit you up with the balance of the attorney's fees, the filing fee, and the credit counseling fee. We then file it. At the time we file it, the automatic stay goes into effect, again, which is a court order from the federal judge telling your creditors they can't call you up, can't sue you, can't harass you, everyone has to leave you alone. About a month after you file, you have to appear at a court hearing called a creditors meeting. At that particular hearing, you have to appear in front of a Chapter 7 trustee. Now, the Chapter 7 trustee, in theory, is sort of like the attorney for your creditors. And again, I'll emphasize that word, in theory, because he doesn't represent one creditors, he represents kind of all your creditors in general as a whole group. And again, he's looking for assets that you have. You have to appear at this creditors meeting in front of the Chapter 7 trustee. I'll be right beside you, so don't go worrying about that. He'll call you up. Normally, you'll be up there maybe anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. I'll be sitting right beside you. Again, hopefully, we shouldn't have any problems on that. You're then going to get up and leave, sit back, relax. About that same time period, you need to take your financial management course. That's normally about a little hour-and-a-half long video that you have to watch over the internet. You take that, pay us the financial management course fee. We forward it on to the financial management people that supplies this video to you. You're then going to sit back, relax. We're going to be doing things behind the scenes, dealing with your creditors and the court for about the next 3 months. Then about 4 months after you file, you're going to get a letter from the judge, which is known as a discharge of debts and a final decree, saying these debts have been wiped out, the case is over, and it's a done deal. And that's generally speaking the timeline for our Chapter 7.